started, 6:05. Welcome to the April 16th, 2025 regular meeting of the Planning Commission of the City of Berkeley. We will jump right into the agenda, and item 1 is roll call.
Commissioner Twu? Here. Commissioner Oakfield?
Here.
Commissioner Marthinsen?
Here.
Commissioner Vincent?
Here.
Commissioner Hauser?
Here.
Commissioner Merker?
Here.
Commissioner Owens?
Here.
We have one.
Fabulous. Item 2 is the land acknowledgement, and it's written in the agenda. I do normally read it, but I just want folks to take a moment to take a look at it if you really haven't done so, and it really articulates the city's commitment to working with the native peoples that inhabited this area. Item 3 is public comment. This is an opportunity for the public to make any comment on topics that are not on tonight's agenda. Would anyone in the public like to make a comment? Hearing none, we will move on. Item 4, order of the agenda. No proposals to reorder the agenda. As you will see, we have an important but rather short agenda tonight. So we have 2 main action items. So item 5, chairperson's report. I don't have a report, but as you all know, we'll be having an election, so I guess this is the last few minutes of my chairmanship on the Planning Commission, so I thank you all for that. Item 6, committee reports. I don't think we have any committees right now. We actually haven't had any committees for a while, so we've been able to figure things out here in the room together, so I appreciate that. Item 7 is commissioner announcements. Anything anyone would like to announce, an event or anything like that? Nope, okay. Item 8, staff, your turn for staff announcements.
Great, thank you, Chair Vincent, members of the Commission. Just a few announcements from planning staff. First, to talk about some of the items that are coming up at the next Planning Commission meeting. Pursuant to your policy discussion at your last meeting, we'll be bringing forward zoning ordinance amendments related to ADUs, both changes in response to the letter from the Department of Housing and Community Development about our ADU ordinance, and also a draft ordinance implementing AB 1033, which permits the separate sale of ADUs as condos. We'll also be bringing forward an item on requiring the undergrounding of utility equipment in our zones. In the June meeting, we have no items scheduled as of yet. We might present a revision to our work plan, which we have been working on as the City Council has recently done its referral prioritization process. So there was some outstanding planning-related referrals that were removed from the list of outstanding referrals, and there was also a reprioritization of some existing ones. Items that are going to City Council. On April 29th, the middle housing zoning changes will be going to the City Council, probably something you'll like to tune into. In June, we hope to be able to bring the Slate 2025 item that we're hearing tonight to the Council. And in July, we're hoping to be able to bring those ADU items that you'll hear at your next meeting to the Council. On the community meetings front, on May 1st, we're having the first sort of community meeting regarding the corridors upzoning. This is the housing element program that proposes to upzone Solano, College, and Upper Shattuck Avenues. That is going to be an online sort of Zoom community meeting on Thursday, May 1st. From 6:30 to 8:30. I can share the information with the Planning Commission, and it's also available on the city's website. That's the end of our announcements.
Presumably that's 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.?
Correct.
Okay.
In the evening, yes.
And, well, you never know with daylight savings time.
It's important to be clear.
Right. And then for the items for the next Planning Commission meeting in May, the ADU item and the undergrounding, are either of those action items?
Both of them are action items, both of them, one of them's a public hearing, the changes to Title 23 of the Zoning Ordinance. The ADU ones are changes to our subdivision regulations, so they don't require a public hearing. There's not much of a difference though, as you know, but they're both action items, actual text amendments to the code that we'll be hoping that you'll be able to make a recommendation to the city council about.
Okay, so that's the only time we'll see those, and then they'll go to council.
Right, yeah, we had
We've
the
seen some of
policy,
them.
yeah, we had the policies discussion last time, you gave us direction, we translated that into actual text
Great,
that we'll give to you at the next meeting.
fantastic, thank you. Any questions on any of that? No? Okay. And middle housing goes to council on April 29th, you said?
Correct.
Okay,
The agenda for that meeting will be released this Friday.
great. Okay. Okay, item 9, approval of minutes. Would welcome any comments or corrections, and if not, or after that, a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, and we have a second.
Call the roll. Commissioner Merker,
Yes.
Chair Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oldfield,
Yes.
Commissioner Martinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Twu,
Yes.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Great. Well, gone are the days of us finding even the smallest typos in these, so I must commend the meticulousness of the staff. And I do say I like the new format as well. It's kind of nice. Okay, thank you. Moving right along, item 10 is the action and discussion items. So we have 2 items. Item A is the elections for chair and vice chair, and then item B is state law and technical edits. Okay, so let's start with item A. And I think what I will do is explain the process, and then we'll go through that process, I guess. And staff jump in if I get any of the details on the numbers incorrect. So because we have both a vacancy and a approved leave of absence tonight, quorum then is 4 people present, which we of course have, but then 4 votes, yay votes, are needed to pass any kind of motion. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us. Okay, so what we would like to do, what we traditionally do in terms of this, is we do the chair election first, and then do the vice chair. And so we have 2 individuals nominated for chair, Commissioner Twu and Commissioner Martinsen. So what I'd like to do is first ask each nominee if they would like to take a minute or 2 and just speak about their interests in serving in that capacity. And after we do that, then we'll entertain a motion to elect a chair. And we entertain a motion to do a vote on one of the nominees. And then upon that motion and the second, we call a roll on that motion. So if it passes, then that person becomes chair. If, of course, it fails, then we entertain a motion for voting for the other candidate. That's what we have traditionally done. I just want to make sure I got that correct.
That is correct.
Okay. And then following that, actually, this is a question following that, we would do the vice chair, but since there's only one, we'll take the roll on that. But given that, if the new chair is elected, would I hand off to that person before we did the roll call for the vice chair? I didn't think about that part of it.
I didn't either.
I mean, technically, I think you would.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It seems like, when does the term of the...
Yeah.
We were thinking of that, we were originally thinking that the chair would handle the next item on the agenda, so
The new chair.
the
Yeah.
new chair would.
Right.
Yes. That makes sense.
I suppose we could do the vice chair vote first. But why don't we just do the chair vote and then I'll hand it off to that new chair, and then the new chair can preside over the rest of the meeting and the rest of the year, of course. Okay. Any questions on any of that? Sorry to be obnoxiously technical.
Nodding off a little bit, but okay, go ahead.
I've been accused of being boring down here. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so if the two nominees would like to make a comment, statement about your interests, we would welcome it. It's maybe down in the end, Commissioner Twu, if you would like to go first.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Alfred Twu. I work as an architect, and my interest in planning has also been through issues ranging from tenant protection policy to statewide housing laws. Been following the statewide legislation pretty closely for the last several years, and really want to bring that knowledge so that we can be proactive here locally.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. And then Commissioner Martins.
Okay, so I'm Emily Marthinsen, and I am an architect retired from paid employment. How's that to say? You never can retire as being an architect. And I would like to be chair because first of all, I would like to channel Jeff, who of all the civic groups I've been participated in, he has managed to keep this a kind of a calm, a very calm board. And you've given everybody a chance to say their piece, no matter what we were interested in. And I've really appreciated that, and I'd like to kind of continue that process. And what I'm really interested in is sort of shaping the future of the Planning Commission as it seems to have fewer and fewer actual approvals to do. And with the changing state legislation, so much of what we are looking at is approved by right, that I really think we have a much more significant role in trying to create a conversation about planning kind of writ large, both, and really taking advantage of the staff professionalism and expertise, and really the wide variety of things that we all bring to the table, so that we're not spending so much time in the weeds of, 2 feet here and 2 feet there, instead of really big planning ideas, which is what I've always been interested in. So that's my interest. And I've loved being on the Planning Commission. It's been great.
Any questions of the nominees? No? Okay. So now we'll move to entertaining a first motion to elect a chair. And of course that would need a second. I would like to take the prerogative to make a motion to elect Commissioner Martinson as chair.
One second.
Who was the
We
second?
didn't have a
Sorry, was that
second.
Commissioner Merger?
Commissioner Merker. Okay, then call the roll on that one.
Okay. On the motion on the floor, Commissioner Merker,
Yes.
Chair Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oatfield,
Yes.
Commissioner Martinson,
Yes?
Commissioner Twu,
No.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Okay. Thank you to both of the nominees. And with that, I will hand it over to you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, and thank you. All right, so now it will be like the first meeting that you were the chair. I'm going to be a little stumbled,
Yeah.
but I'm going to rely on everybody to help out. And also, I think there's nobody
Right.
in public comment, so I don't have to embarrass myself that way. But maybe we, if a little informality happens, everybody will excuse me.
You got that.
So we'll have, I'll make the nomination for Savlan to be the vice chair.
I'll second that.
And so now we'll call the roll.
Okay, Commissioner Merker,
Yes.
Commissioner Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oatfield,
Yes.
Chair Martinson,
Yes?
Commissioner Twu,
Yes.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Great.
Okay, now, so the next item is the action on the state law and technical edits. So there's a presentation about that.
Correct, yes. This is our regular state law and technical edits item, the 2025 version. And Robert Rivera will give you a short presentation. This is even a lighter group of amendments than we usually have, so hopefully there won't be too much controversy.
Yeah, it should be a fairly quick presentation. Excuse me. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Robert Rivera. I'm a senior planner with the Land Use Planning Division. Tonight's Planning Commission will consider zoning ordinance amendments that are non-substantive technical edits to maintain consistency and accuracy throughout the zoning ordinance. Before I summarize the proposed ordinance, I'd briefly like to go over the background for staff's proposal. On October 12th of 2021, Council adopted an ordinance which replaced Title 23 of the Berkeley Municipal Code and adopted a new Title 23 to make the city's zoning ordinance easier to understand and administer. City Council gave staff direction to make minor changes to comply with state law or codify prior zoning interpretations. And staff was directed to regularly return to Planning Commission and City Council with necessary amendments to maintain the integrity of the new zoning ordinance. And then at the same time, on this graphic is the number of new state laws that have passed in the past 3 years from legislators from the state. So at the same time, you know, they've been incredibly busy in passing new state laws, and as directed, we've been regularly returning to Planning Commission and Council to comply and implement those new state laws while also maintaining the integrity of the zoning ordinance. The proposed amendments tonight are regular, routine, and include corrections, clarifications, and minor technical edits to ensure that consistency throughout the zoning ordinance. Next slide, please. The proposed amendments tonight are only related to non-substantive technical edits and don't actually contain any changes to conform with state law. And that's just because there are other legislative updates incorporated in future items like ADUs, and it was decided that that would be more cohesive to take together as different items. And then also other legislative items are implemented procedurally and don't require codified amendments to the zoning ordinance to be implemented. So a lot of those are done procedurally as well. The non-substantive technical edits are summarized in Table 1 of the staff report and include all proposed changes in their corresponding ordinance section. These edits fall mainly into 3 buckets, regardless of which policy section is being updated. The first is corrections. Many of the technical edits correct errors that are grammatical or minor GIS errors. They could be transmittal errors from shifting the old BMC to the new BMC, but those are getting far and few between. The second bucket are updates, and these technical edits update reference sections. For example, last year, the ADU chapter of the California Government Code got shifted to a different chapter, created a new chapter, and those update those reference codes. And they also include updated to the correct technical glossary terms, so some words may be accessory buildings instead of accessory structures. Those are just updated to the correct glossary term. And the last bucket is clarifications. And these updates include codifying specific language that is of existing practice or procedures. And they're just intended to make the code easier to understand and administer for clarity. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission recommend to City Council to approve the proposed zoning ordinance amendments, and this concludes staff's presentation.
Okay, does anyone have any questions, technical questions for Robert? Please say. Okay. Anybody have any comments about the changes that are proposed?
We should approve it.
Chair Marthinsen, if I may, despite the absurdity of it, we do need to call for public comment and close the public hearing, or open and close the public hearing, despite there being no public.
I open the public hearing, and then public comment. Public comment? Hearing none. Can we, is that,
Do we have to motion?
we motion,
Move to close the public hearing.
motion to close the public?
Motion to close the public hearing.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Commissioner Berker,
Yes.
Commissioner Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oldfield,
Yes.
Chair Martinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Twu,
Yes.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Okay, then there's comments from us.
Yeah.
Comments, does anyone on the planning commission like to comment on any of these changes that are proposed?
I will move that we approve them.
And can we do that right away?
And I'll second.
And there's the second.
All right, motion on the floor. Commissioner Merker,
Yes.
Commissioner Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oldfield,
Yes.
Chair Martinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Twu,
Yes.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Wow.
Easiest time.
You can get under half an hour if you have a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Was that the last?
Is that the last one? I thought there was
There's
another,
the information of the report.
Information.
No, that's it. So item 12.
yeah.
Non-agenda, non-action item?
Right.
So,
That's correct. There's an informational update on the corridors upzoning plan. We just provided an informational update for you, for your information.
so then that's all there is?
That is the end of the agenda, yes.
That's the end of the agenda. Okay.
There's no correspondence.
No
The next.
correspondence, no, the next meeting is May 7th, 6 PM. Anybody have anything else?
I'll just say one
Yeah.
comment. I'd just like to thank Chair Vincent for
Yes.
being our chair for the last 2 years. He did a great job, and it's,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
I concur. It's really been a great chair, Jeff. It's really, I've seen it, since I'm the oldest person here, I'll take the advantage of the fact to say that I've probably been in more committee meetings than anyone here. And you're really among the best chairs of meetings I've been to. So, all right, so now we have a motion to adjourn. Anyone?
I'll motion to adjourn.
And I'll
Okay.
second.
Second, okay.
Motion to adjourn, Commissioner Merker,
Yes.
Commissioner Vincent,
Yes.
Commissioner Owens,
Yes.
Commissioner Oakfield,
Yes.
Chair Martinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Twu,
Yes.
Commissioner Hauser,
Yes.
Commissioner Khan is excused. The motion carries.
Wow. 27 minutes.
That's
That's a record.
Boom.
We started worried about that.
We started late.
Yeah, I started.
Well, we are.
Sorry, 5 minutes.
I got your little
Weeks.
list.
22 minutes.
It's a bad joke.
I mean, that's kind of what state law is at this point.
Is that a saying? We got doged?
Or dog, whatever.
Congratulations.
Wow.